Welcome back. Today we'll be going through compass radial surveys. This should be a new concept for you. And it's basically a method of surveying where it involves a lot of true bearing stuff, as well as your diagrams have to give you where your true north should be, where the 0 degrees should be, because you're dealing with true bearings. And it basically is a method of surveying where you get given a figure, a field, you could say, and you've got to figure out either the perimeter, the area. You can sometimes try to figure out what the angles of a particular triangle in that field would be, so on and so on. Yeah, but we'll go through it in the example. Couple of terminologies that you kind of need to know. Radial arms is just basically the lines drawn from a particular point where your true north is. So in this case, in this diagram, your true north or your particular point is P. Okay, so at point P, that's where your true north is. Yeah, well, at that point P, it tells you where the true north is, would be the better way of saying it. Okay, now from at that point P, going outwards, any lines going outwards from that point, okay, are my radial arms. Okay, should be lines that starts from point P to a vertice of a field. Okay, because it has something to do with surveying, so it has something to do with going outside and things like that. All right. The second point is that you need to use the north direction that's provided to you. Okay, this will be a reference for your true bearing. Okay, for each vertex from P. So let me explain this. Okay. Now, the true bearings from point P to C, so this part here, it tells you on that line. So the true bearing from point P to C, okay, or the true bearing of C would be the better way, is 40 degrees. Okay. The true bearing of the point D from P is going to be, so from here to here, is 110. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And you just keep going all the way here. Okay, point E, the true bearing is 220. Okay, and so on and so on. So on these parts here, they tell you your true bearings. Okay, so let us start. It's gonna be fun. All right. So, a couple things. Like I said before, you will be given a field. Because it has something to do with surveying, it means that you have to go outside, right? And it's talking about things, you're measuring things outside. A couple of questions that you can get given is finding the perimeter of an actual field. Okay, whatever it's going to talk about. So to do that, you need to find the length of each straight section using the cosine rule. Okay, and then add them all together. Okay, so basically if they ask you to find the perimeter of the whole field, so let's say for example this diagram here, to find the area of the whole field from A, B, C, D, E, okay, you need to find each of these sections here using cosine rule. Once you get all that, then you add them together. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Now, another thing is they can ask you to find the area of the field. Okay, by doing so, because it's in trigonometry, right, that means we need to use the area of a triangle. Okay, so we'll have to use the formula for the area of a triangle. Okay, find each of the area of the triangles and then add them together. So an example, okay, this is a particular triangle. You find that area, you find this area of the triangle, this area, this area, this area. So each section. Then once you find the area of each of the sections, you add them all together.